Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and MetMo has just released their Fractal Vise, and there are 4 different versions of this available. Now I first saw this 8 months ago on Adam Savage's YouTube channel. He got a hold of one of the prototypes I assume, and sung the praises of Fractal Vises, and I was so excited I contacted MetMo and said, hey, how do I get one of those? And they said, well, it'll be a while. Well, that a while is today, and it is just a masterpiece, something to behold. Now, in the meantime, I contacted Cosmos at Cosmos Industrial and asked him about building a set of fractal jaws for his larger vise. And he said, yeah, he could do that. And now he offers them. So that was my first fractal vise. I'll put a link to that video below. And then in the meantime, I had thought, wow, there's a lot of stuff going on with fractal vises. I'd seen a few others that are coming to market. I've done another video on overseas ones. And the fractal vise is, I think, the tool of 2026. I think it's outstanding. Everybody needs one. They come in different sizes depending on what your workspace is like. But also, what it does just takes things a lot further than our conventional vices. Now I've got this one thrown in my Panavise, and the Panavise is great. I've done videos on these, and it's just an outstanding utility vise, especially for desktop work. But this is a whole different world. This is a vise that basically can grab an irregular shaped object and distribute the force of grabbing it across the entire perimeter of the object. So you've got first this big jaw here that can slide around and distribute the force evenly between these two pieces, and then each of these can swing and distribute the force within these two touching, points of contact. So the whole thing then, you can actually cinch down, and the force of the jaws is distributed over 8 different points. And those points don't have to be lined up like parallel jaws. So that's what makes these things incredible. You can grab soft objects, you can grab fragile objects, weird shaped objects. In fact, this one here, this MetMo jaw is 82 millimeters. This one is the 82 millimeter fractal vise. There's also a 32 millimeter one that's a little bit smaller. This is the stainless steel version one. There's also a black steel version. So there are 4 different versions: stainless steel or black, 82 millimeters or 32 millimeters. Now the 82 millimeter stainless, like this one right here, sells for about $359 right now on the MetMo site, and I'll put a link below. If you wanted the 32 millimeter in stainless, it's going to be about $324. The black in 82 millimeters, the larger size, is going to be $229 and $219 for the smaller one. Now, just to show you how large this goes, what I've got, here's my my snap-on chisel holder. It's kind of an irregular shape, rounded, angular here. But what I can do is open this up to its full size right there, center this thing, and then as you can see, if I close it down, and it's in there snug, you can see how this is wrapping around it. If I tried to do this with parallel jaws, it would just kind of squish it. But there's more to those jaws. I've got a set of brass jaws in here. I put those in. They're an aftermarket jaw, but I can also take those out just by pulling this screw out, and you can see some other options. So this jaw now pops right out. That's what it looks like. Well, I can also get a stainless steel with a silicone plate there. I can get a nylon one, super light, and I can mix and match these as well, depending on if I needed to set this up for something specific. And then this was the original stainless steel jaw that was on it. So all I do is just drop that in. It's this fast, and then spin that down, and I've got my other jaw in the way of whatever object it is that I'm trying to squeeze down. Now the nylon ones, these are $20 for an extra set. If I want the stainless with the silicone, they're $55. And then if I wanted the brass, you can see the workmanship on that one. Beautiful. This thing is going to cost about $60 or $15 a piece for each of those 4 different 4 different jaws. Now there's more to it. There are also mounting options. I've got this sitting in my pan of ice, but it's not clamping this. What it's actually doing is I've got it clamped to this, which is a quick release plate that MetMo also has. This one's $65 if you want one of these, and then you could mount it to a bench or to another plate. There's all kinds of things. This is what it looks like underneath. This does come with this rubber plate over the top, you know, of the hole. If you pop it out, then you can attach it to this quick release plate here. So there are options that way, but just take a look at the absolute machining, workmanship. This thing is dense. This weighs quite a bit. Just outstanding. And on this one, they've got, let me put it back on here. That's all you do, hold it on, give this a spin, and it's machined so well. I mean, that is just rock solid with a little twist there. But just like any MetMo product, it is just silky smooth, absolute, impeccable design. The way this thing works. Then you can see, just grabs a hold of things. It's so nice once you've used one of these, and I can feel it, and that's how you know that it's evenly distributed. I can crank that down and I can feel it all the way around my finger. You know, it's not applying the pressure from just 2 parallel jaws. It's like the contours folding around it. And that's where Fractal Vises for hobbyists, you know, we're professionals, really come into play, because you can take any object, any shape, anything like that, and then obviously drop it in, and then have the jaws contour around it and cinch it in tight. So I've used this for sunglasses, I've used it for electrical components, for obviously odds and ends, trying it out. You can put peanuts and bananas and other things inside here if you want to kind of test how this thing grabs things. But it's just incredible if you take a look at that, how this fits. So I'm glad MetMo has got one. I'm going to be doing more with it, but I thought I'd bring it to your attention since they are taking orders now, and MetMo is, as far as I can tell, for this ones this size, this is the premier offering, because it is just so strong, so overbuilt, so beautiful, so intricate. Pop that out. So well thought out with so many accessories. Just gorgeous. There it is. The MetMo Fractal Vise in 82mm stainless steel with brass jaws. Just gorgeous. Let me know your thoughts. And with that, Doc out.